subscribe to my channel.
Hello everybody, today I wanted to go over how to use the Star Wars API. Today we're going to go over how to render the characters of the Star Wars movies. We may even look at planets or something like that if we wanted to, but let's go ahead and get started. So you will need a dependency called requests. So I'm going to import requests. Okay, and if you need to download that dependency, I do believe it's npm install requests, like so. Okay, if you're not using Replit like I am, but just importing it into Replit will actually download it for me automatically. Okay, so I will use request, and request will allow me to open up a URL, and we want to do that for this API. And an API is the way that we communicate with either a database or a third-party application that someone else built. So we're just going to access that. And here's the API, the API URL right here. Okay, so if we actually put this into our browser, this will take us to something called Swapi. And Swapi has this entire database, and you can see it's pretty much just dictionaries and lists full of some data from Star Wars. Okay, so we got like Luke Skywalker here because we are in the people section. Now, Swapi did update within the past several months. Right now it is April 12th of 2021. And so the endpoints actually changed. So if you saw an older YouTube video, they might have a slightly different URL now. Okay, cool. So we are actually going to take this, and I'll go ahead and include this into the YouTube description so that you can just copy and paste it. But I'm just gonna call my request R so I don't have to type it out every single time. But I'm just gonna say requests.get, and what do we want to get? We want to get a stringified version of this URL here. Give us a little bit more space. Okay, cool. And now we need to JSONify that data. So I'm going to do r.json. Okay, and then let's just see what that gives us so far. So if I print r.json, let's see what that gives us. Okay, there you go. So this request got this API, and you can see that it has all this information. So right here it has like count 82. If I come up here, there's my count 82. Next, and then it has this other API for other things for page 2. And then eventually we should get to like name of Luke Skywalker. There it is. Okay. So far, this is just getting everything on that page. So that's working really nicely so far. And so let's kind of take a look, because this is a little bit messy right now. And so maybe we can just look and see what we've got. So it looks like we want to access the results dictionary. Okay, so here's the key, and its value is a list, it looks like. Okay, and in that list is another dictionary of name. Yeah, some key value pairs here. Cool. So let's try to handle that a little bit better. So let's see if we can maybe clean this up a little bit more. I don't want all this stuff. I want just results. So I can take this away. And then I can just print r.json and give it an index to look at, or the key. We want to do results, and we want it to print its values. And let's actually clear this first and then run it. Okay, so now you can see, now it starts with our list here, and now it just gets right into the data that we want. So key values of everything. Okay, so no longer has this count or previous or next or anything like that. Cool. So now let's create something that looks a little bit more cleaner than this. So we can just use a simple for loop to print, let's say maybe we just want to grab all the names. As you can see, there's multiple names in here. Like there's a name, there's Luke Skywalker, there's a name, there's C-3PO, so on and so forth. So let's just start out with that. So let's get rid of this. And I'm going to loop through the result. So I'm going to say for result in r.json at the request. Make sure I spell it right. Just print the result at name, because we just want all the names, right? So let's see what that gives us. Oh, and I said requests, sorry, results. There we go. So went through that entire dictionary in there, and it found every key value that said name inside of results, and it printed the value because these are in key value pairs. So we tell it the name and it returns the value like that. Awesome. So now that that's working, maybe we can grab a little bit more information. So let's maybe do kind of the same thing, but maybe we can grab actual values and the names and everything. So I'm gonna say for each result that we get, I want to maybe do another loop where I do for each key and value in result.items. Oops. Make sure I have my colon there. And let's print with some string interpolation. That way we can display it however we'd like. And I'll just do the key here and the value here. And I'll surround these with the squiggly brackets. And let's see what that gives us. Cool. So we got Luke Skywalker, height, mass, everything. And if you want to make this look a little bit better, we can titleize these things. So our keys here all have capitalization. Might look a little bit cleaner. Cool. So that looks good. We can even add a new line for every single one that we have if we wanted to. Maybe we'll do that for each name. So I can just do a print, just a simple new line. Okay. Now that's a little bit easier to look at. Now we've got some space between each character. So it's a lot easier to see. So that is a very basic way of messing around with the API of Swapi. We can do this with whatever you'd like. You can go to planets. As you can see over here, we've got other API endpoints. So we got homeworlds. So we got planets. So you can change this from people to planets, and you just have to look at the JSONified data to see how everything's stored so that you can loop everything through that just fine. Okay, so if you do like these videos, please go ahead and like and subscribe so that you are notified for the next time I come up with a new tutorial. If you have any requests for any tutorials, if you're a beginner or intermediate or professional, please let me know down in the comments. I do like to honor those requests and create the videos that you guys want to see. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Happy coding.